I know.
I'm good.
I
Hello.
think we're good.
Hi, everyone. I'm here today with Abigail. I pointed the right way. Yes. Abigail, do you want to introduce yourself quickly?
Sure. My name is Abigail, and I am a self-published indie author from North Carolina, and I am currently working on a adult fantasy series. The current book is, I'm coding it, Project Outlaw.
I like that name. That's very cool. I didn't realize you'd already self-published. You should send me the links to your stuff and I'll put them in the description later.
Okay.
Cool. So let's see who we've got already. I'm very aware that I always get the name of it wrong, even though I'm on it right now. The Evergreen Writing Oasis. I think that started like now. It was yesterday as well. It's today and also tomorrow. So if people are jumping between the two things, that's obviously totally fine. I've got the links in my description to the stuff that's happening right now for Evergreen. So if anyone wants to hop over there or go to one of the many chats and sessions over the next couple of days, check out the link in my description and head over, because that's where I'm going to go when this is finished. So we have Dal. Hi, Dal. How are you doing? And Brandon, of course. Hi, Brandon. How's it going? Dal says hi. Brandon says hi. Charlotte, incredibly out of character, is going to bed. I don't know that I've ever been on a stream where Charlotte has said, I'm going to bed now, and then she actually goes. It's like us at the EU. We're like, we're leaving any day now, 4 years later. Not that I want to, but yeah. Everyone's saying goodnight to Charlotte. Did she actually go? I think she did. There's that again. Hi, Devin. How are you doing? Everyone's saying hello to Devin. Oh, hi, May. I think you are new to this channel, so welcome. I hope you have a nice time. I don't know where I was going with that. Well, there we go. Jules is here. Hello. I think we'll see a switch. Normally, I do this stream at 1 p.m. So normally it's mostly European and Australian. But where I've nudged it, I think it's going to be mostly European and American, which is a nice change. Get some different faces.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Welcome.
I love your profile picture. It's very pretty.
Mm-hmm. And your name as well. May is a pretty name. Dal, I could come to the stream. I'm awake. I know. I made it later. I think the next few are going to be later, actually. So I've got a few different people that are going to come on. But you're all from the other side of the pond rather than that way. So
the other side, the dark side.
Like 3 p.m. is fine for me. Like, hi, Anya. How are you doing? Vanya's here. Hello. Candice. Hi. How's it going? Dibs is here. Hello. Anya, it's a hot between two great live streams. The luxury I had not expected. Yeah, there's loads of really good streams happening pretty much all the time, but especially through camp. Shah goes to bed but doesn't sleep. Is Shah a robot? We will never know.
Yay.
Vanya, I've got a disaster to take care of in the kitchen. Oh no, I'm very eager to get started. Been stuck the last couple of days and finally figured out how to get out. Oh, that's good though. That is, the epiphany feeling is the best feeling. You can make it earlier. I'm just adjusting my schedules to hang out more in Europe. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's going to flip between 1 and 3 pretty much every Saturday. So whatever suits when we're on, really. Whenever we're awake. Cool. So I think we're going to do the usual. I think I just nicked it from Jules, really, and everyone's done the same. So we'll have a 15-minute warm-up sprint to get coffee, probably. And then we'll come back and have a chat, and then we'll do some more sprints. I think I'm going to pretty much make this one last bang on 2 hours, just so people can go off to the Evergreen stuff, because it's definitely worth going to, and Cache has put so much effort into it. So we'll do that.
Awesome. Sounds good to me.
Cool. Let me just set up timer. So how is everyone finding camp? How are we all getting on? How's camp going for you, Abigail?
It's going pretty well. I'm still a little bit behind, but I'm enjoying the journey and I'm liking what I'm writing so far. So I'm not too worried about beating myself for not hitting the daily goal and stuff. So
Good. Yeah, I think pretty much everyone I've spoken to has been like behind, like word count wise, but kind of feeling better about the quality of what they're making. So I think it's a good thing, really. I think it's good. Cool. So let's do our first 15. So 15 minutes in 3, 2, 1, go. Cool. How did everyone do? How'd you get on?
I got 253 words.
Nice. I got 298. Pretty good.
Yep.
So I realised I was like on a bit of a roll, and then I realised towards the end of what I was writing, it was in completely the wrong like tone. So what was happening was fine, but I've made it feel really happy when it obviously shouldn't. I need to go back and edit that. Oops. I don't know where we left off with the comments. Where have we gone? Tanya, did you manage to sort out your kitchen disaster? Oh, here we go. So Dell said, I'm doing this adjusting because I'm querying my book in Europe. Oh, okay. And I'd like to know more of the publishing process. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know a great deal about traditional publishing in Europe, but I know a few. I do know a few authors that are traditionally published in the UK and a couple in France. So if you've got any specific questions, I can always introduce you to them guys. Let me know. Brandon says, when you realise Europe and Australia have many time zones. I mean, yeah, the US does too, right? How many have you got?
4? 4.
Yeah. So that's got to be. How many is it? Australia must have loads.
I would guess probably like 4, something
Probably
like that too.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Don't know. It's always worse when like some of the places in the different time zones have daylight saving and then some don't. But just when you think you've got a handle on what time it is, you just don't.
Yeah, no. Daylight savings, man.
Get rid of it. It's useless.
Seriously.
Come to Ireland or Britain if you want to freeze. Not today, Brandon. It's warm today. What's it like in Ireland? Is it raining? No sleep schedule. Jill says, my alarm clock this morning was the stump grinder working on a tree stump right outside my window. Ooh, heavy sarcasm. Yes. How much more have they got left to do? Dib says camp is going good, doing it with a buddy with a similar goal, and we're kind of cheerleading each other. Oh, that's really nice.
That's nice.
That's one of the best things about NaNo, I think, is when you meet other people that are doing it as well.
Yes.
Dow says, my Camp NaNo goal does not include word count. That's clever. I wish I'd have thought of that. I don't know why I didn't. Just habit, I guess. Yeah, I know quite a few people have done like time goal, which feels a bit more sensible, really. Yeah, sarcasm. Oh, hi, RP. Hello. We're saying hello.
That's a nice profile picture too.
Yeah, isn't it? Got some really nice ones. I'm showing mine up. Mine's about 2 years old.
Mine too.
Yeah. I got so absorbed in writing, I forgot that I was here. Well, that is a good sign. I'm happy you feel that way. Where in Ireland? Brandon is from Dublin. Dublin is very nice. Very nice city. I've never been there when it's not rained though.
It's on my bucket list.
It is really nice. Good food.
Mm.
Don't have as many tourist attractions as Cork or Kerry, but we do have Phoenix Park, which has deer and rabbits. And you do have, you know, the Guinness. Just saying. I'm guessing, what's the other one? Is it Jameson's? I think it's quite close. I'm sure it will let me know. Phoenix Park is the biggest park in Europe. Cool. Brandon got 227 words.
Very nice.
That is very nice. May got 322. Nice. That's wicked. Dibs showed us all up and got 470. What? It's going to be like the other day again. Let's do a 20-minute sprint. Someone got 1,000 words. How? To Brendan, I know Southwest Ireland is a tourist spot and it's nice. Just love the atmosphere of Dublin. Yeah, Dublin feels very friendly. It is a nice atmosphere. Fanya got 358 and fed the cat and fed yourself. That's a lot.
Jules, we need to put feeding the cat on the word count spreadsheet.
Yeah, I don't know if I've still got it open, I'll add it. Have I still got it? No, it's on my other laptop. I'll find it. Doubt is brainstorming for a future project. Oh, that sounds exciting. Vanya, the whole apartment smells like burnt oil. Oh no. Oops. Dublin is nice. I really love it here, and I'm happy with spending my life here. Yeah, I think that's fair. Trinity College is stunning as well. So pretty. The library is just insane.
I have like so many pictures of it saved on my Pinterest board because I have a Pinterest board just for libraries.
Of course.
And that's definitely on there.
That's like the most writer thing I've ever heard. Do you have like one for libraries, one for tea or coffee?
I have one called Tea and Books. That's just pictures of tea and books.
Of course. I need to get on Pinterest. I don't use it. I like how people use it for like mood boards and sort of character stuff. I've never used it. I need to get on it. Dib says tone is definitely an issue with me too. Yeah, a lot of that will likely be laid in revisions. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, definitely add it in later. But mine was just so off. I don't know why I was doing it. I'm writing a horror novel, and I was just happily sitting here like they were having a nice time, just having a chat. And then I read over what I'd done. I was like, wait, is this even for the same book? Jules edited a couple of pages in YA fantasy. Nice.
I feel like that's doubly weighted because you've been having trouble editing. So
editing is hard.
It is.
We need like an editing support group. Anya said, I am trying to set a schedule to actually finish some of my half-written stories. Oh, it's just too inside. Oh, yeah.
Shiny idea syndrome. We all deal with it.
Yes. Do you have any tips, Abigail, for how you finish a project, or do you jump?
I don't jump. If I jump, I may not return. So that's what I found. So I just stick to it. That's why I kind of haven't worked on any other, like, past 3 years. I haven't worked on anything but this fantasy series because I'm scared I'm just gonna not finish it. So I've been kind of determined and like, no, nothing else. I've outlined a couple things, so that's typically what I'll do if I have an idea instead of just, oh, I'll do that later. I'll work on take a break and outline it because that's still fun and it gets it out of my head somewhat, but it isn't working on it full time, so I can still go back to this.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. Just outlining. So if you have like a shiny new idea, just outlining it and then kind of putting it away for when you can actually write it. I know that I'm not too bad at jumping around on ideas either. I quite like sticking on what I'm doing. I watched ages ago, Kate Kavanagh did a video on like a write anything day. So I think it's like once a month or something. She allows herself a day where she can just write whatever. So it's totally outside of her whip, which is quite cool. But I think I feel a bit like you. I think if I allowed myself that one day,
yeah,
probably just
I almost feel like it wouldn't get out of my head.
Yeah, definitely. Having a schedule to finish them, though, that's a good idea. Cloudy and cold. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually quite sunny here today.
Yeah, it's pretty bright in your room now, but maybe that's because I'm used to seeing you at night.
It wasn't even at night though. Like 5 p.m. when we were chatting, and it was like dark. Time is not a linear construct, apparently. Cloudy and cold is my favourite weather. Then you would really like the UK and Ireland. Yeah, come to Dublin. I'll hook you up with a good. They know their clouds. If you ever need travel tips, just tell me. Lovely. We've all got our own like tour guide in Dublin now.
Yay.
We'll all come and visit. I'm including a lot of Dublin in my sci-fi, so yeah, I need friends so I can keep up to date with changes. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, now you have a Dublin expert. Jill says, I have a Pinterest board called Book Nooks, and it's just aesthetically pleasing pictures of reading corners. Oh, I would love a book nook.
Yeah. See, sometimes like with stress, it's like Pinterest board's just great to go and just look at just nature photos or libraries or books. It's like a breath of fresh air or a breath of old books, I guess.
It's good. It's just as good.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out. I've never used it. Yes. Yes, you two are now writer friends. Also, how many words should feeding the cat be worth? Well,
200?
yeah. I think that's fair. 200 for feeding the cat?
Yeah.
200 per cat.
Per cat.
Mm. And just a tip, remember to make the Irish characters use Irish Irish slang, since we use it a lot in Dublin. Mm-hmm. Editing support is in my brainstorming plans. Ooh. Accidentally guessed that. I like it. Gonna need it. Dib says, I think horror and comedy are a pretty similar thing. Yeah, I agree, actually. I know that sounds weird, but it's like the love-hate thing, fine line and all that. Yeah, I've read lots of, I say lots, like 3, it's kind of lots, of horror novels that do lean into comedy. And I think if it's done really well, it's actually really good. But I don't consider myself a comedian, so I need to stop it. Yes, that's something I have in mind a lot. I need to revise all the slang. Yeah, dialogue and dialect. Very interesting. Yeah, it's hard if you're not local because you end up like you risk obviously using like the stereotypical stuff that people don't actually say. I guess. I mean, unless Brandon does say "top of the morning" to you, which he might. I don't know. I always get people say like "cheerio" to me, which is fun.
It's very, very Mary Poppins-esque.
I mean, I kind of like it. I don't say it, but I'm into it. It's fine. Oh, the comments just massively jumped. Hang on. Oh, where did it go?
That's another thing that's interesting about StreamYard is it'll jump for you, but did not jump for me. It's like
it just flew. There we go. Oh, Scribbling Cat. Hi, Scribbling Cat. I think that you are new to this channel. Welcome. Another really nice profile picture. I feel like I'm
yes.
Now, not at the moment, but when I get to revise these things, I'll have plenty. Lots of questions. Hello, cat. Oh, P reckons it's boiling right now. I don't think you're that far from me. It's not boiling. It is warm though. For British people, maybe it's boiling. AA. Hi, AA. So many A's. I need to subscribe to all your channels and follow all your tips and updates. Saying hello. That's fair. Yes.
Or sat on for every minute the cat sits on your hands while you're trying to write or just blocks you from being able to write, you should get 100 words. Easy.
Yeah, like commiseration words. Like you're trying a list, but this cute fairy thing's in the way. So that's not cool. Brandon, no one says top of the morning. I'm sorry, Brandon. But apparently we all think you do. I like having aspects of comedy and horror novels to give you those light-hearted moments. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you definitely need like positivity in horror, or else it's all just really one note, and then you can't really build the suspense.
Kind of an accent to it.
Yeah, definitely. If you say that, you'll look stupid. Well, I guess I look stupid then. I always say "ta-ra," which I think is quite British. It is like "ta-ra," yeah. Sometimes I do sign off with "toodlepip," just it doesn't sound great in a not posh accent though.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, I think that stereotype's very much like influenced and encouraged by him, but I think he does it because he wants to look stupid. So
I have not watched Jacksepticeye in a long time. He's still going?
I believe so. Yeah.
Fair. I have not written top of the morning. Good. Jack is the exception. What about malarkey? Yeah, actually, yeah, we do say that. Yeah, it's a weird word.
I had to look up something you said to me on Instagram the other day, or this morning. For me, this morning. For you, you said, natter.
Natter? You
Yeah,
didn't say natter?
no,
Oh,
never heard it before. I was like,
chinwag? Chewing the fat?
I had never heard it, so I have added a word to my vocabulary.
Hey, a weird English one. I knew a guy once who had Irish parents and used to call himself Irish despite being born in England. And he used to walk in the pub and yell "top of the morning" to you in the evening. Oh, Brandon's not gonna like that. Eek. Cat's definitely an arm hogger. Aren't they all? Oh, did it again. Okay. Malarkey is slang people from Cork would use. Yeah. I don't really know the origins of the word, but yeah, people definitely still use it. Did it again. Okay. Brandon, a local guide to Irish slang. That's your next video or stream. Yes, Brandon, do a stream. We'll all be there. With Guinness. Don't be surprised if we curse. It's just part of the way we speak. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I do find as well when we were, I didn't find it so bad in Dublin, but when we were in Galway, I found a lot of like the local Irish people spoke really fast, like super fast.
Mm-hmm.
English slang and Irish slang I've heard is similar. Yeah, definitely. It depends what region of the UK you're in. Like, I don't think we would say bird down here, but in London, I've heard people say it. What's that word? Natter. Talk.
It was funny because I was just waking up and I totally thought you read it as nutter, and I was like,
huh?
What?
Rude. Oh, just in Brandon's comment underneath.
Yes.
I'm surprised your friend is still alive.
I was thinking that too.
Me too.
I was like, is he asking to get beat up? Like,
yeah, feel like he's going to. Agreed. No friend. Yeah, you just. The hardest part is when you think you aren't using slang and colloquialism, so you're just yeah, and then someone points it out. Yes. Yeah, like I need to really think about that actually. I think I use quite a lot of British colloquialisms, and I just don't know that I'm doing it because obviously it's just.
Where's it set? I know what time, but where in the world is it set in?
It was set on the coast in the UK.
Okay.
But it doesn't. Yeah, weird. I think I may have even said natter in it. Have a look. It's true. People in Galway speak as if they were being chased by. They really do. They really do. It's such a pretty town, though, or city. Not sure. It's nice though. I see no problem with the way people from Galway speak. Yeah, you're probably a bit more used to it.
I had a funny. So, back when I was a teenager, I ran like a fanfic Facebook page or fandom Facebook page, and it was mostly like BBC stuff. And I was like one of the only Americans on the who ran the page because there's like a bunch of us. And they put me in charge of like putting fun facts of the day just to try to post something because of the Facebook algorithms. And so I found this thing about England and in a certain town, it was like a banned swear word was pants.
Oh.
And an American, and in our pants is trousers. Like we would call your pants underwear. And so I completely didn't remember that, didn't think about that, and because I had to go picture with every fun fact. So I put a picture of our pants, trousers, and all the comments were like, okay, that's a cool fun fact, but why is this of trousers and not actual pants? And I was like,
oops.
Whoops.
You'd probably get away with that now. Again, I don't know if it's a regional thing, but down here we say pants now.
Okay.
But it's kind of interchangeable.
Yeah, I mean, if you said trousers to us, we would know what you were talking about, but we would say pants, so that's why I didn't even think twice about it. It was like, oh,
Yeah, lots of our words are very similar. We just use them in like slightly different ways. It's not so bad if the story is set in a location near you, but in a fantasy world or sci-fi world, it's pretty odd. Yeah, yeah, it is set in the UK, but I mean, I want it to be accessible to anyone that reads it. So I guess I need to probably just check out if it's in dialogue. I think it's fine, but knowing me, it isn't.
I mean, worst case scenario, if you're reading on Kindle, you can just highlight it and
Yeah,
it'll tell you what it
that,
means.
yeah,
But
that's true. My sci-fi is very based on Earth, so I need slang. Yeah, I think it's important for dialogue, definitely.
I've noticed for me, like, I had to be careful with metaphors because I will totally put a metaphor in that is like, wait, that's like using modern technology that would not fit in this medieval world at all. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I've done that a few times. I think when I started One Road In, it was set in the present day, and then I did some research and realised it just wouldn't happen. So then I've moved it back to the 80s and 90s, but there are still bits in it that I think I'm going to be picking up like way, like probably to the end of editing it, where I just mention like a mobile phone or something that literally does not exist in the 80s. Oh,
yeah.
gotta get rid of that.
Thanks, Brandon.
Cheers. I use both pants and trousers. Yeah, no, I think we do. I think we do. But I do remember as a kid, we used to laugh at people that said pants because that's underwear. But yeah, we definitely, it's interchangeable now.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually hate this word. In Ireland, we say knickers and pants for underwear. I don't know what it is about that word. I really hate it.
The biggest thing for me that I try to like convince like my fellow Americans is, can we change the term fanny pack? Because
Yeah.
that's not a thing for us. Americans have no idea. And how many times I've had to explain, do not tell your British, like, do not use that in England
No.
or with British like people, because they will flip out or just become so confused, and it's not what you think it is. Okay, like, stop. And then having to explain it to some people, like older people, like, this is what it means. It's like they're like,
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, we do have them over here. We call them bum bags, which I think is just weird. Really strange. No, why not just call it like a waist bag
or
or
like a belt bag.
belt bag? That sounds much better.
Yeah.
Belt bag. Yeah.
I think like it's a southern term, and southern for fanny is like butt.
Oh,
So I think that that's similar to bum bag, but a belt bag makes sounds so much better and makes more sense. It's not on your butt.
we should start tipping. Should do it. I also find it funny when tourists talk about
Right.
fanny packs because fanny means lady bits. Yes.
That's exactly what I was just talking about. Yeah.
Yep. Lady bits. Hot knickers is a very British word. It is.
It's
Yeah.
a stereotypical British word, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up there. It's old Irish. Well, either way, I don't like it. It's not just bum bags, which is what we call it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just weird. Words are weird.
Yeah.
I read the Institute a few months back, and there were a couple of mentions of inches flying around this kid's head.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm gonna need some explanation on that, Dibs. What?
I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't even know what that is.
Oh no! Like in the movie Robots. Oh, I love that film. Oh, such a good film. Oh, Fanny has a big caboose. None of the things I imagined I would be saying today. Did Tibbs call Ireland British? No. Hold me back. Hold my hair. You'll be fine, Brandon. It's okay. I did actually always think that knickers was a British word because we have an ice cream called a Knickerbocker Glory. I don't understand why it's called that. Basically, a sundae. Shall we do another sprint? We've only done one.
Sure.
How long? Does anyone want to put? Oh wait. Do you want to put times in the thingy, or shall we just go for 20?
Either or. I mean,
We'll go for 20, mostly because I know Devin's here. We'll just do 20. It's safest.
yeah, I wouldn't even know that New England turned dibs.
No, yeah, wait. Apparently in New England, minges are little irritating bugs. Oh, huh.
Maybe those are like gnats. The rest of the country would call that gnats.
Yeah, it sounds like a gnat.
Mhm.
All this chat of slang and such is reminding me of train spotting, and I really want to hear Americans discuss it. I would love to hear an American read train spotting, like narrate it. Train spotting's great. Cool. Let's do a sprint, or else we will end up talking about midges. I'm not saying the other one. Let's read.
So I'm gonna have to just keep like list of words I need to look up.
Write them all down. Cool. 20 minutes.
Because I'd never heard of train spotting either. So I'm like, what's going on? What am I missing out on?
Train spotting's great. Definitely give it a go. It's pretty weird. Cool. So 20 minutes in 3, 2, 1, go. how did everyone get on? It's quite a lot of chat. I do not know where we ended. I got about 489 words.
I got 222 and kept getting distracted and laughing
At the chat.
because Brandon. That's why.
Because Brandon. Yeah. No further explanation needed. Because Brandon. Where did we end with the chat? I don't even know. Well, we had a random Jeremy pop in, but I think he's gone. So, yeah, get mad with Clad. You are not too late. We've still got just under an hour left, so feel free to stick around. And I said at the beginning as well, but obviously there's different people here now. There's also the Evergreen stuff going on today, so do pop over. Obviously stay over after that, but feel free to flit in and out. I've got the links to that in my description, and that's where I'm going when this is over. Cachet is stopping in. Hi, Cachet. Speaking of Evergreen, everyone said hello. Yes, we're only on our second sprint. We need to get better at, I think, what Jules said the other day, where she needs to time herself when she's talking. Maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We're just like chatting. We're just chatty people. Everyone was saying hello to Cachet. Fania, definitely still writing a gothic horror. Anyone remember the term for when a grave is put into the ground? No. And I saw that Jules answered you, and I thought about it, and I was like, I reckon Jules will answer. And she did. Be right back. Got to make tea. Very important. Yeah.
Now, the real question is it a coffin or a casket? Because those are two very different things.
What's different? What makes them different?
Coffin is like a different shape.
Oh, is it like
that the vampire, stereotypically sleep in, where a casket is like the nice padded, what we would use now.
Oh, okay. Oh, so maybe Vanya probably does mean a.
Depends. I mean, gothic horror.
Could be either. Everyone's saying hello. Oh, hi, Michelle. Hello. Got 30 minutes till Evergreen panel. Yep, I'll be here editing with you guys till then. Awesome. Yes,
Glad to have you.
Yes, we'll definitely be heading over when this is finished. Yeah. Kesha's saying hello to everyone. And then the dawdling writer knew the answer. I'm guessing that is the answer, internment. It's like lowering it. What a happy Saturday conversation. Yay, the stump grinder guy finished, no more noise, and he didn't cut the electric wire. I was worried because one of the wires ran right under the stump. Ooh, that would have been messy. Everyone's saying hello. Brandon is back with tea. Everyone has tea. Oh, we did have some tea. This is like my second conversation.
I know. That's why I was so distracted. They started talking about tea, and then you'll see.
I didn't get distracted, which is why I don't know what any of these comments are. I think I'm not just blind. I might be dyslexic too. Oh, interesting. I don't know how you go about getting tested for that kind of thing as an adult. I don't really know if there's anything you can. I presume there is. Why do you say that? Oh, who knows? I saw this. I saw Brandon say I have lions. And I was like, what is that? What is lions? And then I realized it's just a brand of tea, right? I think. Just maybe some green tea. Everybody got their tea. Cue Cachet song. Yes. AA has some ginger tea. Nice. Ginger and honey is good.
Mm-hmm.
English breakfast tea. Classic. Though arguably doesn't taste of anything. After the sprint is
I finished my Earl Grey during that sprint, so.
Earl Grey is a solid tea. Yeah. It's a good tea. I like Lady Grey as well.
I do too, like Lady Grey. A little bit of citrus in there.
Green tea, yeah, I like green tea. Been 3 months and a half without coffee. It is good for you though to come off it, but yeah, hard. I just have a really, really big cup of coffee. I'm sorry. Normally I drink tea, but I'm tired. Ginger tea. Are you drinking the blood of my fellow redheads?
I literally was like, you can see me in the spread just go like, and then like completely look away, and like I literally sat here just smirking thinking about that for like a solid minute or two.
Drinking the blood of my fellow redheads. Nice. Danny would be proud. Neither of us are proper redheads, but I think we're both like on the cusp.
Yeah. I think it's kind of lighting too, because it's kind of a weird, but yeah, I have some red, because I have a few aunts that are redhead, but definitely in more light, it's more golden.
Yeah, yeah. Mine, depending on the season, goes from being like really blonde to kind of being a bit ginger, but like a little bit. Yeah, lion's tea. We don't have lion's tea in England, Brandon. I've had it in Ireland, but not over here. This is one of the reasons I don't drink coffee. Yeah.
Me too.
You get palpitations and things.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Nope.
Poor gingers. Oh. I love having red hair and burning through the window. So you just laughed, yeah. I can't really focus and get back to writing. Yes, listen to Get Mad with Cad the Lad. He is correct, or she, or they, sorry. They are correct. Focus. I mean, yeah, me too. I'm Finnish, adopted. Finns don't function without coffee.
I think Americans would say that too, but I don't abide by that, so.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about American coffee.
Depends on who you talk to. Let's just put it that way.
It's quite wildly
Where you
changed
get it from.
as well.
Yeah. Most people who are really into coffee don't go to Starbucks. Like, they would go to a mom and pop, you know.
Yeah, we don't. I don't really do Starbucks. Everyone's just laughing at Brandon. I feel your pain. Haven't had coffee in a year now. Oh no. So acid reflux. It's probably worth just not having it. Oh, I've lost the comments again. Hang on. Nope. Oh, we're mourning your loss of coffee. This is why I don't drink coffee. You're not old enough yet, Brandon. You wait. We'll drink it. Ignoring this chat till the time is done. Yes, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. I should have. I probably will next sprint.
Hide from that. What's wrong with this chat?
Because it's too good. That's why, Brandon.
Yeah. Too chatty. 37 words and a cup of tea. Nice. 200. Awesome. Can't believe I'm only just getting to how many words everyone's written.
Yeah.
This is every time. How? This is what I do in a day. That's amazing. Fingers are on fire. 200 on the dot. Nice. 353. Nice. What are you working on, May? What genre do you write in? Cachet got dressed and ready for the panel. Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, very good. Dibs got 688 and a fresh cup of tea. What are you people doing? What do you eat for breakfast? I need to know. Again, Vanya, 856.
We need classes.
Yeah, you need to do some live streams on how to make us write faster. Oh, Jeremy, hello. Weirdly, your comment came up on StreamYard, but then when I looked at the normal YouTube,
it didn't show up for me as well.
So that's really strange. Let me just go back and find your question. I'm sorry that I skipped over it.
I wondered if they deleted it. That's why I was like,
yeah, really strange. So a while back, Jeremy said, hello, I am new. I'm glad I found a writing stream because I'm looking for some help. I've got a villain character that I don't know for sure how to properly convey, so I need some advice. Okay. I guess, like, what kind of character is it when you say, like, what genre are you writing in? Because there's a lot of kind of...
What are you trying to convey?
Yeah. We're happy to chat about it.
Yeah.
These guys love a chat in the chat. But your comment did disappear. It wasn't that we were ignoring you. Sorry. Brandon says good luck, and so does AA. And I'm really sorry I missed your comment. There's a marketing panel at the Evergreen Retreat, starts in 20. Yeah. Looks like a really good panel. I'm so excited. Yes, and the whole lineup looks insane. Really good 3 days of content. RP, I managed to move to the garden and do a bit of journaling. Oh, nice. Nice to be outside. Yes, definitely checking out some of those panels. Me too. Us too. They look really good. Thanks, guys. You're all so supportive. I don't know why I feel nervous. You'll be fine. You're not nervous. Michelle was here. I think that's probably for the internment comment. AA says, I would be nervous just doing writing live streams, and you do great at those. Very true.
Yeah.
AA, right. Looking forward to it. Natural to feel nervous. You'll do great. You will.
Yeah. I got a little bit nervous this morning, and I was like, why? Why am I nervous?
Yeah, I do a bit just because I'm pretty good at like tripping myself up when I'm talking. But then I figure we're all human, so it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
I do always have the fear though. So I've been on one time. I went on local radio, and I was just terrified I was going to swear the whole time. But I don't really swear. I was just worried that I would just, for no reason. Oh wow! So what internment is called earth fastening in Swedish? That is cool. The Swedish know how to horror.
Yes.
I'm writing it down. That's really cool.
That is really cool.
Earth fastening.
It's like, oh, that's a really cool imagery that pops up when you hear that.
Yeah, that is way cooler than internment. Oh, hello. Hi, Bethany. Good morning / afternoon. Inurnment, placing cremated remains in an urn. Can you just confirm for us that you're Googling this? Or I am sure you are not an employee in like a morgue or something.
I think she just knows stuff.
How do you know so much stuff? Oh, okay, we have comments. And I've just checked, they are actually in the normal chat as well, because they kept disappearing, and I don't really know why it's doing that. So let's have a look. Jeremy, here because I'm looking for help with something. Yes, let's do that, and then we'll come back. I think we're all just talking about the burial of remains, which is lovely. Oh, and then tea again. I've never heard of Barry's tea. Internment is imprisonment. Oh, is that what I kept saying? Let's have a look. Okay, I've created a villain that I'm not really sure how to properly convey. Oh, are you writing screen or novel? Hang on, comments have jumped again. That's fine. I didn't want to know where I was. Thanks, StreamYard. Bethany says, I'll be in and out this morning with a work call. Okay, cool. Hopefully see you back in a mo. So I'm here in hope to get some writing advice from these two as to how a character like this would be best conveyed. I mean, everyone in the comments is also an author, so we should definitely together be able to help. I know about villains, but not for film. Yeah. Film's probably a different... Cool. Thank you for that. I should have asked. So much chat. Let's get back to Jeremy. Not even the real high quality films that are authentic art as opposed to cheap. No, probably not. Sorry, it's just cut all your comments. So, okay, I'll come back to the normal comments in a second. I'm just going to look at Jeremy's first. The theme of the story deals with monsters, one literal and one figurative. The villain of the story, Jason W. Stone, can basically be described as a darker, more malignant kind of evil. Okay. This is a different kind of villain than we see today because, one, it relies on the idea that people can willingly choose to become evil all on their own, which is true since anyone can find an appeal in less than respectable living. And pursue it until they willingly cast off conscience and resign themselves to living solely to satisfy themselves through the dishonorable things they've chosen. Okay. Oh, there's a lot. 2, he's a villain with wholly evil intentions, unlike the modern idea that villains must have twisted ideas of good intentions. This guy makes no pretense of being good. Okay, so he's evil, he knows it, he likes it, or having good intentions because his intentions are entirely self-focused and monstrously antagonistic toward humanity. He sounds like he'll be good fun at a party. 3, he's completely sane, being of totally healthy mental state. Good, we like that. This is extremely important because it shows that this guy's evil does not come from his head, but entirely from his heart. Cool. And he's trying to manipulate a victim whom he has transformed, albeit unintentionally, into the most dangerous mutant hybrid creature ever to exist. I mean, it kind of sounds to me like you do know how to portray him. It sounds like you kind of nailed it. I feel like I know who you're talking about from your comments.
It reminds me of a very extreme version of Magneto from X-Men, because basically he's very anti-human and pro-mutant, but it's from a very selfish standpoint. So he still can kind of be anti-hero in certain, depending on how he's displayed. So it sounds like more extreme than Magneto from what I'm gathering. But he's definitely not insane. And he's not good. It's not like he has twisted intentions. He definitely just doesn't like humans. It's like straight up, we're better. Basically, evolution has worked, so you all need to go extinct, basically.
Pretty much. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, no, I feel the same way. I'm getting a little bit like Thanos vibes, but without, because obviously Thanos is a little bit more grey in that, like, you know, whether we like it or not, realistically, he kind of had a point.
Yeah.
So to sum up the character of this villain, he is an inhuman, self-consumed existentialist, soul-sucking sadist puppeteer. Those are some good words.
You're explaining this really, really well, Jeremy.
Yeah, his whole plan is to use this person whom he's transformed into a living weapon. Okay. To existentialize human beings through their consciousness, create their own value, and determine a meaning for their life because the human being does not possess any inherent identity or value. That identity or value must be created by the individual. By performing the acts that constitute whom they themselves are, they make their existence more significant. Oh, okay, hang on. To be honest, it sounds like you've got it. Like, I feel like I know the motivations of the character. I definitely get the impression that the character just kind of sees themselves as like miles above like any human life. So I think as long as you just keep that in mind when you're writing. I mean, I don't know if that anyone here writes for screen, and I feel like that's a slightly different set of skills than writing a novel. Yeah, to be totally honest, Jeremy, it kind of sounds like you've got it. I don't know if you've got anything else you want to add, Happy. I'm just trying to
I guess what is the issue? Because you seem like you got it. So how can we? Are you having a hard time putting these concepts into words and actions that would explain it without you saying this outright? Are you trying to show this instead of telling it? What's the issue?
Yeah. Keep chatting in the chat, and then we'll keep talking around it. I'm just going to go back up and see because I skipped a lot. One of my friends works 5 minutes from a Colombian coffee shop. She treats herself with a cup of real black. Wow, I reckon that is really strong.
I believe Colombian is very strong. Yes.
Some serious coffee. It is. That is an insane amount of words.
Okay. So he's saying he wants to know how to show it instead of just tell it. Got you.
Okay. I mean, without having written for screen, I don't really know that I feel like my advice will be that good. But I know for screen, obviously, the majority of the showing comes from the actions of the character and the dialogue. So you can use exposition in the dialogue. I guess just body language. I don't really know how well it transfers over to screen, but I always like to focus on the senses. So if I feel I've written pages and pages just of what a character has heard, for instance, or what they've seen, then try and weave in like the smells or like the textures or like the temperature, something else that's going to make them experience the situation in a different way. I don't know if that might help.
I feel like lighting would be really important for this. So a darker lighting, very dim.
Yeah, totally agree. Lighting's definitely one.
And then, so you're talking about his idols. And I feel like how visual is his idols? Like, because you kind of talk about them in figuratively. So are they like actual like, are they like literal statues, or are they people, or because I'm trying to remember, trying to go back where you first mentioned the idols. I kind of feel like a mirror shot would be interesting for this character as well, because he's very self-focused.
Yeah, maybe to force some kind of like reflection. That was one that worked. Yeah, I know you said, oh, it's jumped again. I know that such a character as this could easily fall into the trap of talking and talking. Yeah, I don't really always think that monologue comes across particularly well on screen, unless it's deliberate, like a really artistic monologue, then fine, but you don't want that, I don't think, in normal conversation. I know how this guy got to this point, but how do you not make that one-dimensional? I think the fact that you're aware that it could be one-dimensional means that you're going to focus on it not being one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Personal idols, ideals, concepts, belief systems, goals.
So quoting the ideals would be, especially, I feel like if you talked about him turning a person into a living weapon, quoting the ideals to them specifically, I feel like would be good, interesting, convey that very well.
Yeah, I agree. And I think as well, if you really nail down the motivations for the character, that'll stop him feeling quite so one-dimensional. Because actually sometimes having one dimension can work if you have like, if it is made quite artistic, I think it can work. Or at least you have that dimension that is the strongest dimension, and then you have the other things that are going on around the character. So I think as long as you've got the motivations down.
I also feel like showing him as sane would be a good way to do that. Would be maybe showing him in society being normal, like fitting in, having easy conversation with regular people.
Yeah, I agree. Dal likes the mirror shot. And yeah, Dibs is a really good point. There are a ton of channels here on YouTube that I've seen videos from that would be super helpful for this. Yeah, I don't really know of many screenwriters. I know Charlotte Armstrong writes plays, so it might be worth checking out her channel. Also, she does live streams as well, so you could jump on and ask her. Yeah, there definitely are screenwriters out there. I just don't really know them, unfortunately. I like Brandon's comment. The real question is, how do you type so fast? This is a question, and I need to know. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, if anyone has any of the accounts,
well,
I know you can't put them in the chat. So that's annoying. But if you just put the names in, then you should be able to find them. Copy and paste, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Becca Smith is a good. I forgot she was a screenwriter. Before she started AuthorTube, she was doing shows and stuff, and I believe her husband is as well.
Cool. So, Jules said, if you want to emphasize that he is in his right mind, you may want to show something like a file from the psychiatrist to clear release. Yeah, yeah, anything to like really clearly show that. Yeah. I couldn't keep up with it either, don't worry. Yeah, yeah, I agree. So to the hero who's like, you belong to me for my purposes, I own you. Yeah. Yeah, as everyone else has said, Becca C. Smith, definitely. Charlotte Armstrong is also a screenwriter. Well, she's a playwright, but I think she's done stuff for screen as well.
It's pretty similar, I would
I would
say.
think so.
It's the camera angles might be the only difference. Otherwise, the visual aspects is still there.
And the sensory stuff and the lighting is sort of the same. So Dib says, I think there's a channel on here called A Closer Look. Yep, that sounds good. Daniel Fryer. Not heard of Daniel Fryer. I'm check him out. Hello Future Me. Yeah, actually, Hello Future Me has some stuff. It's a good shout. And message from the screenplay. Yeah. I think pretty much if you just type in like videos on screenwriting or stuff will definitely come up. There's got to be quite a few screenwriters, I reckon. Film skills, yeah. This guy's whole plan for the world is to take away humanity's inherent meaning and give it the meaning he deems them solely worthy to have. Okay.
So it sounds like he has a bit of a God complex. So showing that is going to be key.
Yes, 100%. Yes, good shout. Yeah, that's a really good shout. So Dow recommends A Story Detective, 100%. I don't know that he's written for screen, but I do know Robert's obviously done lots of comics, so that's another angle that would be really interesting to bring into it, especially this character feels a little bit sort of comic-y, not comical, but, you know.
Yeah. Super villain-esque.
Yeah, definitely. You may want to research and put in aspects of the villain gaslighting the other character. Yeah, that's interesting. Sounds manipulative, so...
Yeah. And if he's God complex, that's highly narcissistic, which...
Yeah, definitely.
Gaslighting.
Yeah, psychopathy, anything like that sounds well worth researching. So it is 25 to 5, and we have chatted a lot. Shall we do one more short sprint? So if we do 15, and then we'll come back in and finish up.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Let me just set that up. Cool. Cool. So 15 minutes in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How did everyone get on?
I got
How did you get on?
296 words.
Nice. I got 301 that time.
Just a little bit ahead of me.
Pretty productive again. Just a tiny smidge. I do not know where we got to in the chat. I know we've missed a lot of the chat out, but I'm not going to go back to it just because of the evergreen stuff that's on, so I don't want to go over 5.
Okay. Now I'm just picturing Brandon and his twin, or assuming it's a male. But all I got was like this picture of an Irish version of the Weasley twins, just causing mischief and drinking tea and.
Brandon, are you magic? This is the question. So I remember we were talking about the god complex just before we went off to sprint. So Jeremy said he doesn't need to actually be a god in order to try to have control.
Gotcha.
The only meaning humanity deserves to have is to be helped as playthings. Okay, for me, I think that all sounds really strong. I think maybe I would just try and remember to focus on the why. So the motivation to me is really important. But as long as you do that, I think sounds good to me. RP Lenny had to go. I'm pretty sure he's over on some of the evergreen stuff, so we'll probably bump into him later. He said bye. Everybody said bye. And then Brandon said, my twin literally asked to compare our height to see who's taller.
And who was taller? Yeah.
The stakes are high. I need to know now. Yeah, cool. So Dale's jumped over onto the evergreen marketing panel. I think that would be really good. Definitely worth going to. Brandon got 95 words, and me and my twin found out who's taller. You need to tell us. May got 231. It's really good.
Wow.
We're probably touching nearly 1,000 for the sprint, so for the stream, sorry. So that's good. Dave's got 534. Vanya, come on. Leave stuff for the rest of us. 743. Ram me out. Brandon is magical. I'm taller and older and prettier and humble.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for everything. Yeah, no worries at all. It was an interesting, really interesting conversation. I think it sounds like you down, but definitely check out some of those screenwriting or like movie writing channels. I think that'd be a good idea to check those out. Good. I'm glad that it will really help. Yeah, we have been asking this for how many weeks now?
Have you been on a sprint with Jackpot?
Yeah, a couple of times. It makes me feel really.
I know. I feel like terrible.
I think we literally did. The last time I was on a stream with him, we ended up doing like a 15-minute, and he quite literally got 10 times more words than me. How?
Apparently now he's Yoda.
Yeah, yes, very humble I am. Is it magic or sci-fi? Come on.
Pick one, Brandon.
Behind. Vanya, how big are your goals?
I mean, my goal is 60K for this month, and still I feel like you would just crush that. So.
And he gets that done in a day.
Yeah.
Jules edited some more, working in the Giant Frankenstein chapter. Oh. The hardest thing about accidentally ending up with Frankenstein chapters is it's really hard to cut them after you've written them. But where does the pause naturally fit? Yeah. Yes. So you have a deadline and then panic. I like it.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. Cool. So I guess we will wrap up there as there's so much going on. I may forget stuff. If anyone has got any other streams that they want promoting, bung them in the chat now, and then I will talk about them. That the Evergreen Writing Oasis is happening for the rest of today and all of tomorrow. The current thing I think that's on is a marketing panel, and it's got some published authors on the panel, so definitely head over there. It looks really good. And I think another one I personally think looks really interesting is the diversity in writing one that Cachet is running. GMT time, I think that's midnight, but for everyone else, obviously, it's much earlier. But there's so much going on. Definitely go and get involved. We've also got Charlotte Armstrong has a stream tonight, which is at 10:30 GMT. And then obviously Jules tomorrow, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Have you got any more scheduled in?
Laura Nettles has a live stream at 3:30 Eastern.
Is that today?
Yes, today.
Cool.
Yeah. And then author Angela Ann has one tomorrow at 2 Eastern. And Jules has that one at the same time.
Yeah, so we'll be flitting. Yeah. You ask too many questions. 50K. I mean, just write for the rest of the day and you'll get there, I think. Thanks for the stream. 500 words. That's awesome.
Thanks for entertaining us, Brandon, as always.
Yes. Yeah. Magical Brandon and his twin. Thank you so much.
Aw, thank you.
Glad you enjoyed it. Definitely come back. We're pretty much all over the place for at least all of July. There are so many streams going on.
I literally have one written for every day. Every single, at least one. Most of the time, it's multiple ones.
Yep. Yeah. We're all very productive in July.
In July. No, just July and April and November. That's it.
Yeah. Then we procrastinate for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And then we use Vanya's tactic of sheer panic in those 3 months. Cool. I think I'm going to call it there. Oh, no. One more. Bethany wants to schedule a stream, but I'm so scared of over. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and have an overlapping one. Like we scheduled this one, and I don't even know that we knew about the evergreen.
No,
so, because I think we did this at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, just overlap. I mean, people jump in between streams anyway, so it's not, you don't have to just sit in one. Yeah, do it. Schedule a stream.
Do it and tell us.
Yeah, definitely tell us. Cool. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for joining. I've left, obviously, all of Abigail's links in the description, so please check out her channel and subscribe. Yeah. Have a good time at the Evergreen Writing Oasis. That's where we're going.
Whatever else you do.
Oh, yeah, whatever else you decide to do. And we will see you later. Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.